And Robert Costa is with me now. Bob, this was quite a wide-ranging interview. Got a lot of time with the vice president. What is the administration's strategy on abortion rights now ahead of the midterms?
They are facing immense pressure. Vice President Harris, along with President Biden, are confronting a Democratic Party and some Republicans who support abortion rights who remain outraged about the Supreme Court's decision. And in the wake of that ruling, the administration has taken steps, including an executive order last week, to try to expand and bolster access to abortion. But the outcry continues, and they're exploring further federal steps. But the real action would have to come on Capitol Hill, an effort to codify abortion rights, to put into law the kind of access that the administration would like to see across this nation. And it's a real challenge for Democrats because the majorities they have in Congress are so narrow.
What about on the economy?
The economy is front and center for so many voters. As I've traveled around the country over the past few months, it's evident that kitchen table issues, inflation, this is what's on the mind of American voters in both parties, and the voters that this administration and Democrats really need to hold on to, the majorities in Congress, are looking at gas prices and wondering, how are we going to pay this? Now, the administration has pointed to gas prices falling in recent weeks, but they know inflation's still an issue, and that's why I asked the vice president, despite some progress on certain fronts on the economy, 75% of Americans still feel the economy's in a bad place. That's according to CBS News polling. And she said she hears that, but the administration's trying to do things like go at the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to try to encourage gas companies, oil companies to lower prices.
And how did Vice President Harris handle questions about possibly running in 2024?
There is speculation in the Democratic Party about whether President Biden will run again and seek the Democratic nomination. There was a front page story in the New York Times on Sunday by Peter Baker about President Biden's age and how it's unusual to have an incumbent president in that stage of his life in terms of his age. David Gergen, an advisor to four former presidents, told Peter Baker, and he told CBS News, Gergen did a few months ago, that someone who's near 80 should perhaps reconsider running for president. But all signs point to President Biden and Vice President Harris running again. Vice President Harris said to CBS News, Face the Nation, that President Biden intends to run again and seek the nomination in 2024. And if he does, she will run with him on that ticket.
And what is her role moving forward?
She is someone who has been meeting with abortion rights activists around the time of our interview last Friday, Nicole. She sat down with abortion rights activists from different states. So this is someone who comes out of California, has law enforcement experience, is a lawyer, understands the law, not only as a prosecutor, but as someone who talks to base activists across the Democratic Party, particularly on the abortion issue. My sources around the vice president and in the top ranks of the Democratic Party expect her to be on the campaign trail a lot in the coming months, to rally for different candidates and hit the points of democracy, voting rights, abortion rights. That really seems to be her bailiwick these days, politically speaking.
Robert Costa, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.